Joining us from Princeton, head coach Carla Berube, student athletes Ellie Mitchell, Caitlin Chen, and Madison St. Rose. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll begin with questions for the student athletes first. As a reminder, please state your name and affiliation and wait for the microphone. Coach.
Yeah. Just to start off, thank you to the Ivy League once again. Just an awesome weekend. We always feel incredibly grateful and special to have this tournament, and it was well done. And thanks to Columbia for hosting. It was a really fun game. We knew it was going to be challenging. Columbia is a really great team. We watched a lot of film as a staff and then as a team, and we knew it was going to be really difficult. They have so many scores. They run really fast. Their transition offense is so good. They rebound the ball, we just knew it was going to be tough. But when I saw my team this morning at shoot around and before the game, they were very locked in and ready to win this game today. And I think we knew the scout, we knew the game plan, and they executed it really well. The defense was good. It was tough. It was I thought our hands were really active. I thought our help defense was there. I thought we did a good job on the boards, and then we made some shots. And that's you got to do that to win here at Columbia. And really proud of this group, 1 through 17. Really proud of representing Princeton, the Tigers, and our athletic department. And couldn't be happier right now.
Questions for the student athletes? Right here on the left.
Jen Hatfield with the next. For all three of you, as you know, repeat winners of this, Ellie, Caitlin in particular, you guys have won this a lot. Caitlin keeps winning most outstanding player. What is new and fresh and fun about this win?
I think it's really special to do it with a new group each year, right? We lost a lot, so this year we didn't know what the future was going to hold, and I think we just worked really hard throughout the year, had some bumps in the road, but to be able to come here, especially after our last loss here, and play today like the way we played, that's very exciting, and just not enough words to communicate how happy we are about it.
I think the best part of this is just seeing people like Maddie, Chet, Sky step up. They haven't necessarily been in this position before, and they just stepped up, shown or shined when it mattered, and did their role.
Yeah, and I mean, like Ellie said, this is a really special moment. I mean, being able to win this 2 years in a row, it's kind of really fun, and just to have Ellie, Chet, and Caitlin as leaders, and just helping us throughout the whole entire game. That's all I can ask for as captains.
Just one more real quick for me. What does it feel like when you get up on that ladder, cut down that net? Anyone afraid of heights in here?
No. I think, it's really special. A lot of people don't have that same opportunity, so definitely just a moment we're really grateful. It's one of the goals we're working for every year. But yeah, it's really special. You'll carry that with you for the rest of your life.
I mean, it's just an amazing feeling. You only get to do it so many times in your life, and as Ellie said, it's super special.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, just seeing how hard we worked and just seeing the outcome of our performance, it's really special.
Question on the right from Steve, third row.
Steve Silverman, Ivy Hoops Online. First of all, congrats to all of you. And I just wonder, you guys came out on fire in this game. Was there a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, something to prove? The last time you were here, you lost to this team. They snapped a long winning streak. They pushed you out of the top 25, but you came in here and got a statement win. And was there a bit of vindication in doing that for you today?
I mean, I feel like when we came here last time, we didn't play our best basketball, so I felt like we just sort of focused on us, and it was very much us based, and we were just if we take care of business on our end, we're going to win this game.
Front row on the left, Doug.
Doug Feinberg, the AP. Caitlin, you guys have had success in the NCAA tournament the last couple of years. Is it at the point now you expect to win at least one game, knowing that you guys have had success no matter wherever you're seated when it comes out tomorrow night?
No, I think we're just taking everything one game at a time. We're just really happy to have won this tournament, and we're just looking forward to where we get placed.
Ben Pickman from The Athletic. Caitlin, you play with such poise and such a sense of calm, even, in all the runs they make. I guess, do you feel that sense of calm on the floor? And if so, how do you remain, what do you tell yourself, and how do you remain calm in those moments?
I mean, I thought today we had a different energy to us. Like, yesterday I felt a little frantic, but today I felt like we were all locked in. We were like one collective group together, and I felt that calmness and energy from all of my teammates, and that sort of kept me going too.
On the right.
Kyle Franco with the Trentonian. Ellie, how many times do you think you end up on the floor during the game?
That's a good question. Every time I see my family after a game, they make jokes about that. Obviously, depends on the game. I don't know, maybe 10, maybe more.
Just about Caitlin, what do you think when you see Ellie on the floor like that, and what does it mean to your team that she puts her body on the line like that every night?
I mean, Ellie sets a standard. Like, that's what we are all striving to be. And I mean, I don't want her bruises or anything like that, but but I mean, she literally sets a standard. Like, she's the defensive player of the year for a reason, and I just try my best to run over there and pick her up after each time.
Question in the back.
Josh Simon with College Basketball Corner. You talked about, you were locked in, but even in the pregame and early on, like the bench had a lot of energy going, and can you speak to how you kind of feed off each other in that spot?
I mean, our bench is awesome. They bring the energy every night, and like we couldn't be here without them and their like energy and support, and they keep us going. Like, they keep us hyped up, and they give us momentum.
Yeah, also there's a lot of behind the scenes, right? Obviously we're battling with them every day in practice, and we would not be nearly as successful as we are if it were not for them. And then, during games they have a lot of energy. They're always talking to us, calling out what they see, and no matter how the game is going, like, they're there for us. They have our back. So they're very, very important to our success.
Question right here in the middle.
Brett Tomlinson, the Princeton Alumni Weekly. Caitlin and Ellie, you didn't arrive at Princeton at the same time, but you seem to be very linked in the last 3 years. How do you describe the connection that you have, and what's made it so productive on the court?
I think one of the biggest things, obviously, on the court where we spend a lot of time together, but off the court as well, you probably can't find me, Caitlin, or Chet without one or the other by their side. Like, we spend a lot of time together, and I think our ability just to have fun, to have that kind of trust and that strong relationship, like, no matter how anything is going, like, we know that we're there for each other, and it makes it more fun when you're playing with people you love. And obviously 1 through 17, like, we have that same bond, but to be able to have, like, your classmates, your best friends with you, it makes it that much easier and also that much more fun.
Third row in the middle.
Max Hines, Daily Princetonian. The third quarter is where it felt like it kind of went from close game to double-digit lead. And Abby Shu had 0 points on 0 attempts in that quarter. How did you guys make the adjustments defensively to contain her and really shut her down in that quarter?
I think we were communicating better. I think we knew, Abby has the ability to get up some quick shots and get them right back in the game. And throughout the year, even when we've had leads, we've kind of struggled to put the game away in a sense. And so we knew that with a team as talented as Columbia, we needed to really kind of lock in, and it was going to be a full team effort. It wasn't going to be the one person that was on her. So I think that's what we did. We had each other's backs. We trusted our help and just communicated well.
One more for the student athletes, back right.
Hey guys, you said it, Barry Sophie, Southern Sports. You said it was, special to do it with each fresh group. Yet no one is at. How do you have this continued success? This tournament, some of you, you've been a part of, some of you not, but every time this tournament has been played for the past 5 times, you guys are on top. What is it from a player's perspective and a culture perspective of how you've maintained that success?
I mean, I think it's just a standard that our coaches set day in and day out, and even the people who came before us, like, they set that standard for us, and we're just here to try and, like, live up to it and follow it. And I feel like it starts with practice. Like, we go hard every day in practice, and it's always a competition.
I think also, like, when you get here as a freshman, you look up to all the older girls and what they've achieved. And so you don't want to be that class or that year to kind of break the streak. So there's always, you want to continue, make it as long as possible. And everyone really buys in. Coach, from the day we get there, coach sets the message, what the standards are going to be. And we all hold each other accountable. And, we're all working for the same thing. We want to be back here in this position every year. So that's what we do.
Ellie, Caitlin, Madison, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do we go that way or that way?
That way. Sure. Have fun. All right. Get a shower.
Questions for Coach? Right here on the left.
Hey, Carla, congrats
Jen.
on the win. Let's start with your shirt and Caitlin Chen. Was the shirt a plan changed? And with Caitlin, how impressive is it for her to be most outstanding player? Not just this time, but 3 in a row.
Yeah, no, I got soaking wet in the locker room, and this is the shirt I had that was remaining. But I do love Caitlin Chen, and I got this out at UCLA when we played there, and she had a huge group. So, yeah, I mean, I've said this before, when you have Caitlin Chen on your team, you're going to be okay. You have someone that is the floor general. She's poised, and she said it herself. She was a little bit more poised tonight than she was last night, or the collective group. And I saw it in their eyes. I saw it in her eyes, and she was terrific. And she had a great group around her that were terrific too. And I think her leadership and Ellie's leadership and Chet's, it's just been phenomenal all year. And like I said, I'm so happy we're playing still and going to continue to play, because I really don't want to end coaching this group. And yeah, I mean, Caitlin is, she's just phenomenal.
How did you flip that switch from last night, a game that you came here and said was a little rough around the edges, to
Yeah.
tonight looking so much more comfortable up?
Yeah, yeah. We just we didn't do anything differently than we did for the Penn game. We just locked in. They just really locked in. They were focused. I did think it was just hard to play Penn again just after seeing them, and they played really, really well. But today it was business as usual as far as what we did as a coaching staff. You can't make these games too big. This is just the next game that was on our schedule, and they were ready. They wanted to win a championship. They look at those banners up in the rafters of Jadwin, and they want another one. And they played really well. I think they were primed to have a game like this.
Question back right.
Hey, Coach, when you talk about a team like Penn, who's maybe playing their best basketball right now, and obviously got away a little bit from Columbia at the end of this one, but a team that had beat you on this court when you were ranked in the top 25, what can you say about this conference's deservingness to not only be the AQ status one big conference that it is?
I mean, Columbia should be in the NCAA tournament, right? They are a really, really good team. And yeah, I mean, and Penn was playing just unbelievable basketball at the end of the season too. So it's competitive, it's tough. There's so many great players. I mean, you saw Matea Gale last night, like that, Jordan Obi, Harmony Turner, like there's just so many. And I think, the level of basketball that's being played now, the competitive level is phenomenal, and it's fun coaching in this league and coaching against these great coaches that get their teams really prepared. They do a great job recruiting and developing, and then you see great basketball. There were I think 3 great games this weekend.
We'll go to Doug in the front row.
Hey, Coach, Doug Feinberg, the AP. Congrats on the
Thank you,
title
Doug.
again. Sort of the same question I asked the players. I mean, you guys have had success in the NCAAs the last couple of years. It's not a fluke in a sense that you guys know how to win games on the biggest stage. How much does that help going in? Like, okay, whoever you're seated against when it comes out tomorrow night, we've been here before. We've beaten teams. We know what to do to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're experienced now at the NCAA level, right, in March Madness, and and Ellie and and Caitlin have been there a couple times. So I think that experience can help us. But we do have a lot of young players and new players that haven't been on this journey, and I know these leaders will help them along. Looking forward to it. I said it last year too, looking to get out of the Ivy League, because this is just tough playing against each other over and over again against, like I said, great basketball, and seeing, you know, a different league and a new opponent maybe, and it's exciting. It's fun, and we're going in there, whoever we play, looking to win games.
Time for two more. In the back.
Jack Harmon with the Princeton Alumni Weekly. You guys have had close losses in the second round of the NCAA tournament the last couple of years. When what are essentially road games, coming off another Ivy League championship, is there anything you change in your preparation to try to kind of get over that hurdle, get into the Sweet 16? And kind of secondary to that, is that a model that you wish would change, where you have to go on the road in the second round, play in front of a hostile environment as opposed to in a more neutral setting?
Well, I think that as this game grows, as the women's basketball game grows, like it's potential for us to do that, to go to a neutral site. It is right. The women's game is exploding right now. So hopefully sooner rather than later, that will be the case. But we're not going to change anything that we've done. We'll only be like focusing on the game that we need to win, the first round, and then we'll see what happens if we get through that in the second round. And sometimes you have to go into tough places and win games to be a successful team. We certainly did that tonight, right? It was not easy playing, and although I would say there were some really great Princeton fans, I felt the Tiger love. But it's hard playing, right, in loud gyms and non-friendly confines, but I think my players know how to lock in and just be focused on the game and the opponent and what we want to do to be successful.
Right here in the front row, last question.
Kyle Franken with the Trentonian. Carla, do you ever hold your breath when Ellie hits the floor?
It's just like I would have trouble breathing. Like it's just so often that she is on the floor, taking charges, diving on loose balls. It's in her DNA. There's some times where she goes down pretty hard, and like she doesn't usually wince, like it hurts, but there's been recently that she's come up, and I think it's just old age that she's like it's getting a little bit harder. But it's just so fun to be able to coach someone like that gives their all at all times.
Coach, thank you.
You can go to Steve. I feel like he's. Yeah.
So can we just talk for a second about points in the paint in tonight's game? 40-18 in favor of Princeton. And it just, when I think back to the 3 games now against Columbia, game 1 at Princeton, won by double digits. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think they were similar. I think, you dominated on the inside. Game 2 here, you guys didn't prevail, and my sense is you weren't able to dominate as much inside. Game 3, rubber game of the 3 games, you get back to doing that. Was that deliberate? Was that part of the game plan? Let's get back to, you had a size advantage against this team. Was that the game plan coming in?
Yeah, I mean it's always easy to get shots at the rim in the paint. They're a little bit easier to make than the outside shots. I think whether it was getting into the post or it was on drives, I think it was really important for us to get paint touches that can open up things on the outside. I think what we did today was I think we moved the ball really, really well. We didn't take the first or second shot that we saw. I think we moved it and made them defend for a good amount of a shot clock, and I think it opened up some things. I thought Caitlin was really patient and found her lanes to get drives. Same thing with Maddie and Sky, and but then you also had Ellie making shots inside, and you're always looking to score from inside, but I think today was the difference maker, was just the poise, the patience that we had to get the best shot that we could.
Coach, thank you.
Yeah,
Congrats
thanks.
and good luck.
Yeah.